皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. Hi, good morning everyone. I was recording this in the morning, but I have no clue what's going on. But our second daughter Nagi has suddenly started night crying. Do you say night crying in English too? You know, babies crying at night. In Japanese, we call it yonaki, which literally means night crying. But anyways, her crying at night suddenly started. You know, our first daughter Hinata had terrible, night crying, and Nagi, our second daughter, was what should I say? She didn't have that much trouble, getting sleep and such. But these couple of days, I don't know what went wrong. I don't know if it's something went wrong, or when babies do cry at night, it's when they're trying to upgrade their brain. Sometimes it's to walk or to talk or things like that. So I'm pretty sure she's trying to upgrade her brain to be able to do new things. But anyways, so recently Nagi has been crying all night long, literally. And I think in total, I've only slept less than 2 hours last night. So I'm actually closing my eyes as I talk right now. But I do have to record a podcast, right? So I'm sitting here in front of you. And especially for the second channel, I want to be as honest as possible. And as I made a declaration, a while back of not trying to be perfect, today I'm sitting in front of my microphone talking to you, telling you that I have not had enough sleep. But anyways, today's main story is not that. Considering this, I was thinking about a few things. Recently, again, through Golden Week, I met a few friends. I was talking to them, and I have no friends who are boys, who are men. I have no male friends who are. I have a few male friends who are married, but barely, and I have absolutely zero male friends who have kids. Of course, I have senpai, or I might have instructors, who I know of that have kids, but like in the same grade kind of thing, in high school or university. A male friend, absolutely zero so far in my life. So a lot of my friends often send me messages asking me, or like, how did you decide to get married? I'm a little bit afraid, or like, how were you able to, what should I say, decide to have kids? Like, how much money does it take? How much work does it should I say, add to your daily schedule and everything? And a lot of people ask me so many questions about raising kids and having a family. And one thing that I really always say about raising kids, and if you don't have kids, I hope this story is interesting. If you have kids, I'm very sure you can agree with me. But your life after you have kids, your life is going to be, I would say, about 10,000 times harder. 10,000 times harder. I think it was impossible for Harumi and I to imagine what having kids is like before we actually had kids. But you basically cannot sleep. That's one very simple thing. You can't sleep. And even when you can sleep, it's not the timing that you want to. Because basically, you can't decide anything on your own anymore. It's all up to the baby. You can't decide when to wake up, when to sleep, when to eat, when to go outside, what clothes you want to wear. You will not be able to decide anything on your own anymore. And your schedule, I want to do this kind of, life is 100% gone. And eventually, once your kids get older, you will get that back. Harumi and I, to be honest, after getting used to raising kids after our first daughter and our second daughter, we got a lot better, and I guess we simply got used to it. But we personally feel like we have a little bit more time, especially because Nagi is a much quieter child, so maybe like that. But in the beginning, it was such a shocking, thing for us. Because right after the very, very, should I say, I don't know what the right English word is, but the really hard giving birth to a child labor, the all of the struggles the hard labor that women have to go through. Harumi, my wife, took about 20 hours to give birth to our first daughter. Hinata. But even after giving birth to our first daughter, after a few hours of sleep, while the nurses do some checkups on the baby, from there, every 15 minutes to 30 minutes, you have to wake up and breastfeed your baby. Now, you just almost risk your life to give birth to your baby. And now you're not even able to sleep for the next 10 hours. You might think, oh my gosh, I got a really good, really big job done. I'm going to be sleeping the next weekend, I'm just going to be sleeping till, noon or something like that. No, you're not allowed to do that. Once you get a few hours of sleep, from there, your body is completely, destroyed, basically, from giving birth to a baby. Your bones are, basically falling apart. And everything, your body's literally ripped apart, and you still have to wake up every 15 to 30 minutes to breastfeed your baby. So that's how hard it is. And I really feel that the people who have never had kids before often talk about the hard the difficulty, hardness of giving birth to a baby. But to be honest, after you have kids, giving birth to a baby, of course, I'm a man. I have no privilege to say that it's easy, or, it's definitely not easy, by the way. I was there with Harumi for 20 hours, by the way. So I know I was watching my wife suffer through the pain and everything. So, but, compared to, what I'm trying to say is compared to what you have to do after giving birth to your baby, my wife was saying too, giving birth to a baby, of course, was hard. Of course, it was, how it hurts is unbelievable. She lost consciousness a lot of times while she was doing it, but it's a one-time event, right? But from there, forever, basically, for like more than maybe around 2 decades, your life is not under your control anymore. And this definitely makes your life, I would always say, about 10,000 times more difficult, with more stress. To be honest, raising kids is not just about fun. There is literally stress. You don't want to call your kids stress or raising your kids stress, but we have to face it. A lot of parents tend to blame themselves when they try to think this way, and they get mentally sick. But it's okay to say it. All of our ancestors, even our own parents, have probably felt stress, and have sometimes maybe even regretted the moment that they become parents. But that's completely fine, because that's how hard it is. And if I talk only to here, I would probably be scaring my friends away from getting married and having kids. But what I really want to say starts from here. Now, again, 10,000 times your life will get harder, but 1,000,000 times your life will be happier and better. I can 100% assure you that. I was talking with Harumi, and we were saying the happiness, the joy that your kids give you, it's completely irreplaceable with anything else. The color of the happiness that your kids give you, it's just no other thing can create that color. I hope this expression makes sense, but it's, if we didn't have our daughters, if we didn't have Hinata, if we didn't have Nagi, this kind of happiness we would never have been able to feel. And I'm not saying that people who have kids are better than people who don't, of course, because there's a lot of other happinesses, of course, that I will never be able to feel because I don't do something, certain things. But I can assure you, if you're considering having kids, I can assure you for sure 100% that you will definitely be feeling the happiness you would never have ever been able to feel if you didn't have kids. So yeah, I just wanted to definitely talk about that. I always explain this to my friends whenever they ask me questions about having kids. And yeah, so I just wanted to, if you actually have kids, please let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. I think I talked a little bit about this in my previous podcast, but especially because yesterday night I wasn't able to sleep because of my second daughter, but still felt that I am the happiest father and husband and man on this planet. I wanted to re-talk about this and reassure my friends too, who are looking forward to having kids in the future, that it will be hard. Absolutely. your life is going to be in hardcore mode or nightmare mode on video games, but I'm really 100% sure that it's going to be a lot of fun. Last night, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to talk about today, but last night when I was sitting next to Nagi, our second daughter, patting her as she was crying her head off, my first daughter was sleeping next to, we have a futon right next to our second daughter. Our first daughter is sleeping next to her sister, basically. And then our first daughter woke up and she looked at my face and she said, "Daddy, you must be really sleepy." And she took away her pillows and she placed it next to her futon and said, you can take a nap here. And she let me lay next to her and she put the blanket over me and she started patting me. That's probably how Harumi does it to Hinata all the time. And it just made me so happy how kind, how nice she's going up. And I'm so proud of her. I'm proud of my first daughter. And I'm very, very confident I will be proud of my second daughter. If I ever have a third child, a fourth child, I don't know. But I'm very, very sure that I will always definitely enjoy my life and happiness with them. And the moment when the day comes when I die, I will 3,000% be sure that I am very, very, very glad that I was able to meet them. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know that there's a lot of people studying Japanese, willing to come to Japan to travel, work, or study, and even train our traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to provide these things in the future because we are facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do this, my nearest goal right now is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023 on my main channel. So your likes and comments will help boost my videos to new viewers who have never seen my videos before. It'd be great if you can help me out. So, again everyone, I'll be waiting for your comments. It'd be great if you can share with me your experiences of how hard raising kids was for you. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of senpai parents watching, listening to this right now. So it'd be great if you could let me know what you felt, for example, after your kids are fully grown up. What do you feel after that, or what did you feel once your kids got married, for example? If you have such an experience, it'd be great if you can let me know, because that's something I have not experienced at all yet. That's going to be like probably more than 15 years in the future, so if you can let me know about your experiences, thank you so much. And I'm very sorry I might have sounded sleepy the whole time in this podcast, but I'll try to get a little bit more sleep maybe next tomorrow night. I don't know, but I have a little bit of training and a few things we need to get done today too. So wish me luck. Thanks so much for listening, guys.